Good morning, Nesties. It's Netta from Florida Zone 10A. And one thing I've discovered this season again is that I planted my onions entirely too deep. I am planting them, looks like an inch deep to the little white part that I shouldn't be planting them at. And I've just been going around the nest, just unearthing the majority of all of them. I was doing that yesterday and today. And some of the ones I'm just going to dig all up. Some of them I'm just going to dig up because I don't think they're going to bulb. And I'm just going to put them throughout the nest just for insect deterrent. I just caught a leaf for the bug in action. Not mating, but laying eggs on my biggest zucchini that I have. I don't think so. I cut the whole leaf off and got the raid and sprayed her. So she will not be reproducing in this nest. So over here, that right there is just the onion that was from the house. So that's just a part of my green onion stash. All those onions there, yes, they're planted deep because I came here and I refertilized, not refer, but what you call it, replenished the soil over here. Because as you see, there are no more tomatoes, they're gone. But we're talking about onions. So you can see all the onions here. They're small, but they're unearthed. I'm not going to do too much right now with this bed because I just want to get my onions taken care of before I put more soil down. I knew I had to do something with this, so I picked everything out of this bed right here. This side over here, the onions didn't really do too much. Yeah, and so let me see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. About 7 of them right here in this bed. Over here, not too much went on. I pretty much just yanked those out. There's a couple of them in there. I'll leave them in there for deterrent. Some green beans. This was a lettuce head. I had to take that out of there. It was bolting. This is going to be my line of demarcation right here. You can see it. Brown, blacker. Because I know there's nematodes over there, but there's not any right there. And I'm going to harvest peppers today. Just going around taking a peek because I have been having some visitors that I don't want. All the onions are right here. I've taken this out and I put more soil down here. This will definitely just be mustard greens and marigolds and onions because there's nematodes in here. Unless I put more tomatoes in here, which I don't plan on because they were so bunched up over here. It was a mess. I got to get up in there and clean out. I took everything out of here because they weren't doing anything. Only 2 of them had bulbed up there. And all the ones that were over here, I took those out. That one's been there forever, so I'll leave that there. And I don't think it's bulbing. It's too deep for one thing, but it just gives the I guess. The onions here, they're not big, but they are bulbing. And I've unearthed most of them. This one right here is not bulbing. That one, yeah. They're little, but they're edible. And I'm going to be a little bit more diligent as to the ones that I've actually purchased and the ones that I actually grew. Yeah, there's one there. Oh, let me see here. I didn't take that one out enough. Nope. Yeah, I've been just, pretty much unearthing them. That's my celery, guys. That's like doing it. So that one went to seed. I'm sure the ones in here need to be unearthed, but those are in the green stalks. Oh, it's trying to bulb. It needs to be unearthed. You want to be unearthed? Oh my gosh, I got that so deep in there. It's ridiculous. Oh, sorry about that. Grass growing in here. Ooh, what's that grass? Oops, I don't know. Well, anyhow, I'm not going to worry about that there. About the ones over here. There's one here. There's another one. One there. Yeah, I really had to come over here and wring them out. And I've been watching them, and I didn't realize that I still had them so deep. Like right there, that's just more soil I put over there, and that's just for a later bed. So you see the tomatoes are gone. All I'm waiting for these to start blushing, and they're coming out. There's a couple of little ones over here that I had gotten from over here, but I came through and looked those up. I'll leave them there. Get away from me. That one bulbed up. This is just gonna give me seeds right here. And the ones that are out there are pretty much, I see one from here, but most of the things out there are garlic. But I do see an onion from here. Here's one. Yeah, all this out here is pretty much garlic and corn. And if there are some onions out here, yeah, I think that's garlic. Yeah, got basil growing. I love those beautiful coreas. This one kind of split into two. Yeah, that's all garlic. I think that's going to be a successful garlic there. Look at the different leaves. Those two right there I'm not going to worry about. Those are pretty much just for repellent and deterrent. And if there's any up in there, I'm not going to worry about it. As far as over here, I pulled the one out. Those I'm not going to worry about. That's a garlic. That's garlic. But as you see, some bulbed. This had definitely flowered. You know, that was, you know, they're all edible. Except for the ones like this. I'll replant those for greens. Yeah, so a couple of them, like this one's pretty decent. The red one that's decent, and this is about the size that I had last year, but a little bit bigger, so I'm okay with that. I have a couple big ones in there. So yeah, this is all about the garden, and I was all up in here unearthing garlic yesterday, so that I can it can be a little bit more productive. Now I definitely have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 decent ones, definitely, that I'm impressed with. Yeah, that one's a good one, and you can see all the leaves on them. So, but this bed right here is I closed it in finally as soon as I get my garlic out and my onion out. And seems like that I came in and opened things up. Even the okra has jumped. And I'm just gonna, everything and this compost is going in here, covered up with cardboard, and then a layer of soil. That's the plan. But finally, I'm just excited that I got it closed in. Doesn't look the best, but it's mine. And do I see somebody flowering over there? So I did leave a little area open so that I can step in here. Look at these little things trying to flower. I gave them some juice, some super juice. I gave them some 5-11 mixed in with that stuff that I had been growing. See, they're all unearthed. I unearthed all of them. I had to come out here and do something, y'all. I've been planting marigolds. I've been finding them everywhere. So this is closed in. This is going to be raised up all the way to the top of those bricks so that I can have enough space to grow my onions and my carrots. Definitely. Stuff that need to grow in the dirt. And over here, I've just been throwing tomatoes out here. I threw that pepper in here that was in the green stalk right there. You see it's gone. Because there it is right there. Everything's gone from over here. We'll talk about that later, but we're talking about onions right now. So, and I saw a couple onions out here, and I got those out. I put those alliums right there. Let them sprout out. That was from the green side, because I know this is all tainted land. This is some greens that I just threw out there. So I'll just let this build up, and whatever I decide to put in here, which will be in here. There's a lot of tomatoes in here that I'm going to leave there. That one's already turned red, so tomato season's fizzing out. We might get a little bit more. I think I'm going to get 2 more sunflowers. Oh, and there was an onion in my blueberries down there, and I unearthed that. So yeah, that's the story with all the onions. There shouldn't be any more anywhere else unless there are in buckets with things. But otherwise, this has become an onion bed. So there's 1, 2, 3 pretty much onion beds. And then next year, I definitely have a designated spot, or I'm going to buy me a, sorry. It's either going to be here, because I got to put them back here, but I will definitely have a designated container for my onions. That's it, guys. It's onion harvesting season. I've been watching gardeners from Florida, Southern Latitude, Jera's Garden, Florida Homegrown, who are growing onions right now. There are other ones. Oh, what's she just changed her name? Champagne. But I'm just talking about the ones that are just pretty much talking about onions, so that I can learn the proper season. So what I have learned, is that here in Florida, we need to grow short day onions, from my understanding, and we have to be very particular when we put them in the ground. So I'm learning they should be transferred in the ground no later than October, so that they can get this little bit of chill time that we call winter and fall. So you should start seeding them in July, August, September, and then in the ground in October. That's what I picked up from watching these Florida gardeners who have successfully grown onions in Florida. So short day onions, because we have shorter days, seed them inside or in a cooler area than from outside, starting in July. Let them grow about 3 months, so that's about 10 to 12 weeks. So July, August, September, June. Seeding them in June, so they have July, August, and September to grow. In October, you transfer them out to the yard. So I was kind of close to that, but I keep planting them too deep. And also, when I saw them on sale at Big Box Store in October, I went and bought not as many as I did the first time, because the first year, here I am, y'all know I'm like a squirrel. I'm all over the place. I probably planted 300 onions, but I didn't get as many this year, but they're bigger. And next year, I plan to have them even bigger and more abundant. But I'm grateful for what I have. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you for inviting me into your home, and thank you for coming into my home. And hopefully next year, if you are in Florida's zone 10, 9B, 10, 11, do we have a 12? Start your season June, let them grow July, August, September, get them in the ground. And also, they told me that they like fertilizer. Some people say they had to put synthetic fertilizer on those to get them growing. I thought about it, because I do have some 10-10-10 that my husband put out there on the staghorn in the front yard and stuff. But I said, okay, I'm going to stick with my super juice, my 511. I did use super juice 511. Rabbit poo is in the soil. Miracle-Gro organic, I did use that. That's how I got my little spray head. So I did that. And they said also, oh, and just a little caveat, onions and corn take about the same amount of nutrition, that they like a lot of stuff. But I keep feeling that corn, but I'm gonna let it do what it do. I'm not even over there shaking it, but I did spray it with spinoside. So anyhow, onions, June, July, August, September. Seed in a cool place. You can seed them in I'm just gonna do 2 cups, solo cups like this, bunch them in there, probably do like 3 or 4 packs, let them grow. And then Jira says, Tom, when they in October, when you're ready to put them out, take them out of there, soak them in some water. And one young lady says you can just peel them apart because they peel apart so easy. I don't know. I did both. Either way. So even though I have less, but they are bigger, and I'm excited. Thanks, Nesties. Come hang out with me another time. See you later.